Bortle here at the 2019 UDS Summer Invitational Indianapolis event with, whoa, who are you and what you play?
Marcus, and I played Sky Striker.
Sky Striker?
Yes.
What'd you do today?
I lost in top 4 to David Flores, Pure Thunder Dragon.
Oh, man. So how's your experience, matchups and stuff?
It was good. I played a little bit of everything, about maybe 4 Thunder, 4 Orchist, 4 Mirrors, 3 Salad. It was really, really diverse.
Okay, sweet. Show us the spice, man.
Yeah. So 3 Ray, hand traps, 3 Imperm, 3 Ogre, and 3 Ash. Yeah, pretty much. Nationals, we didn't play any hand traps, and the format changed. Mystic Mine isn't as good anymore because Metaverse got hit, so we had to put hand traps in there. 3 Engage, 3 Widow, 2 Fields. 3 was maybe correct. I just didn't want to really open many, or I didn't want to start hitting field spells off the field spell, clogging my hand, things like that. So I was pretty happy with 2. And then one of the one-ofs, all good. I think you need to play all of them, especially in such a diverse meta. They all have their own impact. So those are all the striker spells. Regular spells, 2 pots. I lost a couple matches because I banished like an insane amount of stuff. Like I almost lost in top 8 because I banished 2 Widows and he ogred my multi-roll to get back the 3rd one. But still won that. 2 Cosmic. It's good against most of the meta. The Pure Thunder Dragon decks play some back rows occasionally, but I was just making kind of a meta call that I'd play against more Striker and Salad than anything else. And again, it was just like super, super diverse, so I played a little bit of everything. 2 Fusion, or 1 Fusion and 2 Foolish, pretty standard. The one-ofs. So I wasn't playing this originally. I had 3 Strike, but I kind of wanted just a different card. I wanted almost like an extra spell card. They're both good going first. Obviously, Strike is a lot better in a lot of different matchups. Like Pendulums it's a lot more high impact. This kind of helps going second against some of the combo decks occasionally. Sometimes you can hit like a seal, the force them to negate. You can play going second against Orchist if they try to babble and have Skeleton and Dingrisu. So it has some impact as well, and obviously hitting hand traps.
So what's the other reason besides not playing like 2 or 3 copies, just the one random?
I didn't want to change any other card in the deck for this event. Like I wanted to play 40 cards, and the other 39 cards I was like super set on. I didn't want to play more than 40, and I just had like an extra space, and I just wanted like a different name and a different card I could use.
Okay.
And then 2 Solemn. High impact going first, not so high impact going second, but it's still really good. And it's pretty good against the Pure Thunder Dragon deck.
So that's 39 cards, right?
Yeah. Side deck. I did side Sphere modes. It's pretty good against almost all the combo decks. Some of the Dragon decks, they don't shotgun Eradicator because they have a full field anyways. So you can Sphere mode them, plays around Eradicator occasionally. That happened twice this weekend. The guy had a full board, decided not to shotgun Eradicator, and I Sphere moded all his targets, and then I was able to kind of grind back into it. So that was really cool. 2 Lancia. The Pure Crusadia deck just lost a lot of steam, so I thought a lot more people would be playing the actual Thunder deck. Like the combo Thunder. Against Pure, it's not the best, but you can get some value out of it if you chain it to the Wolf and they don't banish anything good. And sometimes you just need like 1 turn to get you back in the game, and then from there you start steamrolling. I sided 1 copy of Ghost Bell. I know it seems random, but for me it was just I wanted an additional card that was good against the Thunder Dragon deck. that it served basically the same purpose of having like an Ash or something like that. So I didn't really look at it as having like a single card. I looked at it as having like an additional, like a fourth Ash almost, where I could just draw like the hand trap going first or second, and it would still do, you know, have some impact on the game. This is obviously better than Ash because you can chain it to the fusion, and you get some value out of that. One Pankratops. This was before a third copy of Cosmic, but I thought that putting like the monster in there would just have some impact. In the mirror match, having the monster on board actually comes up a little bit more than having, say, the Cosmic, because you don't need to do it right away. You kind of play it the way you want to. Two copies of Mystic Mine. It was for the combo decks going second. It didn't really play out the way I wanted it to. With multi-roll at 1, like, it's still really hard to start getting your resources back even if you Mystic Mine. So it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, but obviously I still played it on some people who just didn't have outs in their main deck, and then you win the game because they play a Sekka's Light. Two copies of Twin Twister. This is pretty much strictly for the mirror match. If you resolve a multi-roll and then Twin Twister the back rows, you probably just win the game. Obviously it comes up against Altergeist and Draco and things like that. Three copies of There Can Be Only One. Again, this was meant for the pure Thunder deck. But a lot of the good players were able just to they were able to play around it, ending on Titan. And they did side a lot of back row hate. So the plan was to pair this with a Mystic Mine, and then they would be forced to choose which one they get rid of with their spell and trap removal. But it never played out that way. And lastly was 2 Summon Limit. This card is just going first against any combo deck, really. Really strong. If I open this with Ray, I probably will just win the game, guaranteed. And it's really hard to lose if this resolves against your opponent. And extra deck, 3 Hayate. You just want striker cards. 3 Shizuku. 2 Kana. I don't think I made the second one ever. If you're making the first one on your opponent's turn, you're probably going to lose that game. And if you need to make the second one, you're probably not in a good position anyways, but it never came up. The one Kagari. I played actually both of these. I thought this would come up more in the mirror. It just didn't. This never came up once. I kind of wish I started playing one Droll and Lockbird. Just if it dies, you can search a Droll and Lock, but I never even made it. And then this one's obviously really good. Against the Orcus decks that play Engage, you can bring back their Kagari every single turn. So that came up a lot when I banished Widow Anchors and my own Kagari. So that was nice. Topologic, Ningrisu and Phoenix. These are pretty standard. And then I played one Fortress. Up until a couple days ago, I had the Utopia package in my deck. And so I had 2 extra cards in my extra deck. So that was the Wind Guy and whatever this used to be. Those are the Utopia cards. And then obviously I cut those, so I added this and I played this. I thought maybe there'd be Cyber Dragons, and then I didn't want to side deck much for it. I had There Can Only Be One, and then this is something I could just play in my extra deck that if they made Infinity and had a Cyber Dragon, I could just cheese a game out of it.
Did you ever summon it?
Never. No, I didn't play against any Cyber Dragons. It was a complete dud. To be honest, most of the cards that aren't Sky Striker cards in your extra deck you don't really make outside of Hida. But yeah, that's it.
I noticed one of your matches in the top cut, Ningirisu's actually out to the Blackluster League, right?
Yeah, so so in top 4, my opponent made the Blackluster with the Titan, so it couldn't be targeted or destroyed. So the only out I have is I can Ningirisu, I could Topologic to crash, or get a Shizuku to over 3,000. but I had banished a bunch of stuff off my desires. It was just like insanely hard to do it because he just kept out-grinding me with the Titan beforehand, grinding cards. So I eventually made this, cleared that, widowed his Colossus, made Bomber, and then he attacked into his duo, but he had Matrix, so I just got...
Oh, the egg.
Yeah, so I lost that game because of that, but I think I would have lost anyways.
Any shout-outs?
Shout-outs, GameNation, all my buddies. Shout out to Jesse for showing me Solemn Strike, even though he didn't do anything with the deck. Shout out to Harrison. He went X4 after saying UDS was an easy event. So that was good. He got to experience it firsthand. And shout out to all my friends and everyone else who taught.
That's what's up. Congrats, man.
Thank you.
Bortle out.